Hello everyone and welcome to my Changli guide. We got to try Changli during the main story quest and she felt amazing. In this video, I will cover everything you need to know about Changli, which includes her kit, playstyle tips, sequences, weapons, echoes, teams, rotations, and more. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Changli has a special state called True Sight state. She enters into this state after doing her 4th basic attack, 4th mid-air attack, after using her resonance skill or her intro skill. In the True Sight state, using a ground basic attack will make her do a dash attack. This is called True Sight Conquest. If you do a mid-air attack in True Sight state, she converts in a phoenix on pressing the jump button, and pressing the attack button will make her do a plunge attack. This is called as True Sight Charge. On top of dealing good damage, these two attacks gives her a stack of enflammement, which is her 4-day circuit stack, so they are very important. The damage from these two attacks is considered as resonance skill damage, and the damage multipliers of these attacks are tied to her resonance skill. Using any of the two attacks will end the True Sight state. We will mostly be using True Sight Conquest instead of the mid-air attack as it has higher multipliers. Her resonance skill has initial 2 charges. Each charge refreshes every 12 seconds. After using her skill, she dashes towards the enemy and does multiple slashes. Changli can hold up to 4 enflammement or 4-day circuit stacks. When she has 4 stacks, using a heavy attack will consume those stacks and will unleash a special heavy attack called Flaming Sacrifice. It is very important as it has good damage multipliers and generates 10 concerto energy. Additionally, she has multiple skills that buff her 4-day circuit's heavy attack. The damage from this attack is considered as resonance skill damage. She immediately gains all 4 stacks after using her Resonance Liberation. The Resonance Liberation has a very high multiplier. Using her 4-day circuit heavy attack within 10 seconds of using her Liberation will grant Changli a 25% attack increase. As per the skill description, I am pretty sure this buff will only be active for her 4-day circuit heavy attack. I should have checked it during the trial. If you guys have checked it, please let me know in the comments. Her Resonance Liberation generates 20 concerto energy, has a cost of 150 and a cooldown of 20 seconds. She gets more damage buffs from her inherent skills. In her first inherent skill, after releasing True Sight Conquest or True Sight Charge, her fusion damage is buffed by 5% for each enflammement stack she has, which means she can have up to 20% fusion damage bonus. Her second inherent buffs her 4-day circuit heavy attack and Resonance Liberation. These attacks gain a 20% fusion damage bonus and ignores 15% of the target's defense. Her intro skill deals some damage, restoring 10 concerto energy and triggers the True Sight state. And the outro skill gives 20% fusion damage and 25% Resonance Liberation damage amplification for 10 seconds to the next character you switch into, until the character is switched out. Usually these buffs last for 14 seconds, but for Changli it lasts only for 10 seconds. Fun fact, Changli's appearance changes depending on how many enflammement stacks she has. At 1 stack, you can see a flame on her forehead. At 2 stacks, her clothes start burning. At 3 stacks, her coat disappears. And at 4 stacks, she turns on Dominatrix mode or Gojo Satoru mode. Moving on to her playstyle tips. Almost all of Changli's attacks can be swap cancelled. Her resonance skill can be swap cancelled as soon as you use it. Her True Sight Conquest, that is the dash attack after entering True Sight state, can be swap cancelled. The plunge attack that she does after turning into a phoenix can be swap cancelled, but it is not used much. The 4-day circuit's heavy attack can be swap cancelled as well. All these are very easy to do and doesn't need a specific timing. This makes her a perfect quick swap DPS. More about her rotations later. For her talent priority. Her resonance skill, 4-day circuit and liberation. You need to prioritize leveling these 3 skills. Then her intro skill has the least priority. You can level the basic attacks as well, depending on whether you use it in your rotations or not. Moving on to her sequences. In her first sequence, Changli's resonance skill and 4-day circuit's heavy attack increase her damage dealt by 10%. Additionally, it gives resistance to interruption. Don't pull for this sequence unless you are aiming for higher sequences. The second sequence is quite nice. Getting 4-day circuit stacks increases Changli's crit rate by 25% for 8 seconds. This is a good stopping point for F2P players or low spenders. However, it's better to pull her signature weapon instead of spending so many astrites for this sequence. Her third sequence increases the damage dealt by her Resonance Liberation by 80%. Sequence 4 gives 20% team-wide attack buff for 30 seconds after triggering her intro skill. The fifth sequence increases the heavy attack damage multiplier of her 4-day circuit by 50%. Additionally, its damage dealt is increased by 50%. And in her last sequence, her Resonance Liberation skill and 4-day circuit heavy attack ignore 40% of enemies' defense. Moving on to her weapons. Just a quick reminder, if you are enjoying this video so far, do consider liking this video and sharing it. Subscribe for more such content. Changli's best weapon is obviously her signature weapon, Blazing Brilliance. It provides crit damage stat. Its passive increases attack by 12% and gives her a stack of Searing Feather upon dealing damage, which can be triggered every 0.5 seconds. Using a resonance skill immediately gives 5 stacks. That is a total of 56% resonance skill damage bonus, which is massive. All the stacks will be removed within 10 seconds after reaching max stacks. This is amazing for her as most of her damage is considered as resonance skill damage. Her second best weapon is the Standard Banner Sword, Emerald of Genesis. It provides crit rate, which makes building her easier. Gives energy regen and a 12% attack boost, which can be easily stacked by Changli. Commando of Conviction is the best 4-star option for her as it provides tons of attack percent both from its stat and passive. The Lunar Cutter is a very close alternative to the Commando of Conviction as it can also give a lot of attack percent. Other options you can use are the Lumen Gloss or the craftable weapon Sword 18 as attack stat sticks. Sword of Night is a 3-star option that you can use. Moving on to her echoes. 2 of her best echoes are the Molten Rift set with the Inferno Rider Echo skill or the Moonlit Cloud set with the Heron Echo skill. As I mentioned earlier, Changli is a perfect character to be used as a quick swap DPS as she has many swap cancel windows, so you can use the Molten Rift set to maximize her damage. The Inferno Rider Echo skill can be swap cancelled, but it needs precise timing. Right when you do the third hit, you will see a flame ball. That's your sign to swap cancel it. The Moonlit Clouds Echo set with Impermanence Heron Echo skill is a great option if you wish to spend more time on your other DPS. It will help you maximize their damage. The Impermanence Heron Echo skill can be swap cancelled as soon as you use the skill. Alternatively, you can use a combination of Moonlit Clouds, Molten Rift, or the Lingering Tune set until you get the better options. For her energy requirements, try to aim around 135 to 40% energy regen as her ultimate skill has high energy cost. It is an important part of her kit as it immediately gives her 4 stacks of her forte, deals high damage and buffs your next 4-day circuit's heavy attack. For her echo stats, crit rate or damage on the 4-cost echo. In the 3-cost echo, double fusion damage bonus or a combination of fusion damage and 1 attack percent. Both are pretty close as she gets a lot of fusion damage bonus from her kit, and attack percent on the 1-cost echoes. And for substats, look for energy regen until required. Then go for crit rate or damage followed by attack percent, flat attack and resonance skill damage bonus. Resonance liberation damage can be decent too. Don't look for heavy attack damage bonus as the damage from her 40 circuits heavy attack is considered as resonance skill damage. Moving on to her team comps. Changli has many skills that can be swap cancelled, so pairing her with a character that also has many swap cancel windows is ideal. Along with this, a character that can take benefit of her outrow buff will be her best partner. The characters that perfectly fit this description are Encore and Chixia. Encore has many skills that can be swap cancelled. You can check out my detailed Encore guide for more details on her. She can benefit from the outrow buff of Changli. Her DPS window, that is her liberation state, lasts for 10 seconds, which fits with the buff duration of Changli, even though the damage in her liberation state are not considered as liberation damage. The liberation amplification buff is not completely wasted on her as her 40 circuits damage is considered as resonance liberation damage. Chixia can benefit from the outrow buff of Changli as she is a fusion character and deals a considerable amount of damage through her liberation. You can swap cancel her resonance skill animations. For more details, you can check out my Chixia guide. Havoc Rover, Kalkaro. Inland are some characters that have many swap cancel windows. Farina and Baiji are the evergreen sustained supports plus buffers. Jinshin provides crowd control along with shield and healing. Moving on to her rotations, basically what you do is swap cancel every possible skill of Changli. If you are using the Inferno Rider, you can start with Changli's Echo skill, swap cancel into your sustained support. Let's say it's Farina. Then use Verina's ultimate skill. Use her resonance skill and swap cancel to Changli. Use Changli's ultimate skill. It will immediately give her 4 stacks. Then use her heavy attack and swap cancel to Verina. Fill Verina's concerto by using her 4-day circuit attacks and some basic attacks. Use the Bellborn Echo skill. Intro to Changli. Use a basic attack to trigger True Sight Conquest. After you intro into Changli, she will be mid-air for a while. You can wait for her to come down as the ground enhanced basic attacks has less animation. Swap cancel the enhanced attacks by going to your main DPS. Use their Echo skill. Swap back to Changli. Use her Resonance skill. Again swap cancel and so on. Make sure to use her 4-day circuit attack and Echo skill when it's ready. If you are using the Impermanence Heron Echo skill, use it before triggering her outrow. Try to align her outrow buff with the main rotation of your DPS to get more damage. I can't showcase her rotations properly as she is not released yet. I will make a detailed guide on this when she gets released, so subscribe to stay tuned. And that's all for this video. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.